Let's have a look at Mage's best in slot for Phase 2, because it is finally here. Now, this is a preliminary guide, making it a few days before Phase 2 releases. Obviously, if you're watching this, it's just come out. So I will be doing a full BiS and pre-BiS gearing guide when we have all the figures, and I am able to fully actually sim these items. However, I don't really think much is going to change, if anything at all, so let's get into it. First up, we've got the Neuro-linked Arcane Filament Monocle, of course, which is from tailoring, and I do suggest that you do take tailoring. If you're wondering what to take for your second profession, while we're here on the topic, enchanting or alchemy is a really good choice. I personally am going to go with enchanting. So we can see here it's got some intellect and stamina, as most of these items will be. 4, this is for healing and DPSing as a mage. This whole video, it's going to increase our damage and healing by 22, give us 4 mana per 5 seconds. You're going to see a lot of that on the gear as well. And the main use here on a 10-minute cooldown is that we can reduce the mana cost of our spells by 50% while increasing our damage and healing by up to 50 for 12 seconds, which is crazy. Second one is another epic item with intellect and spirit, increasing the effects up to 9 is the piston pendant, and then same again pretty much with up to 12 on the synthetic mantle. We don't know what bosses they drop from yet, but these are mostly from Nomagun, obviously excluding the Monocle here. Bloodrock Cloak is an interesting one. You can see here it increases damage and healing up to 11, whereas the Ingenuity's Cover Cloak is up to 9. But that also has 9 intellect, whereas this only has 6. So again, I'm really going to have to see when we sim this which one will be better, but right now I'm gunning for the Bloodrock Cloak. Time will tell. Going on to the chest then, more interesting things here is a new set piece, which is the Irradiated Garments. Yes, you've been irradiated, but it's okay because they've got great stats on them. Woohoo! This is going to give minus 10 stamina and minus 5 strength, but add 7 intellect, 8 spirit and nature resistance. So very up and down here, but DPS obviously it's great. So it's going to improve our chance to get a crit by 1% and increase our damage and healing by up to 23. Then looking at the set bonuses, that's where we get the minus 5 stamina. It's going to improve our chance to get the crit, and we're going to get the 11 damage and healing as well. And the 3 pieces there are the irradiated trousers and boots. So it's all pretty damn irradiated. We've got the Dryad's wrist bindings on the wrist, which is the Warsong Outriders, so Hordes only on the PvP one for that one. Otherwise, if you're a fire mage, we can go on to the Phoenix bindings, increasing fire spells by 13. Otherwise, there's Lev's oil stained bindings, increasing damage and healing and restoring mana. These are the kind of general ones you'd kind of want here. Fire mage, go for Phoenix. Everyone, however, should go for these if you can get them with Warsong Exalted. Staff of the Evil Genius then on the main hand, which is increasing some intellect by a little bit. Main thing though is that when you equip, it improves your chance to hit by 1% and increases healing and magic damage and healing by up to 20, which is obviously, just standalone fantastic. Dreamweave Gloves on the hands, increasing damage and healing done by up to 18. A Volatile Concoction on the belt, improving your chance to hit again by 1% and having damage and healing be increased by up to 12. Pretty simple on a lot of these, I would say. And then going down, because remember we're using the irradiated on everything else, we're going to get the Ember Blood Seal. And if you're saying, holy heck, what is that? Well, this is again for fire mages only. And this is from the Blood Moon PvP event in Stranglethorn Vale. Apart from that then, if you're not a fire mage, I'd go for the Hypercharged Gear of Conflagration, which is the unique equip we get from this phase. Just like in Phase 1 where we had the Void Pearls at the end and you could choose one of the 3, it's exactly the same with these rings or gears that we're putting on our fingers. 4 intellect, 5 nature resistance and arcane resistance, so obviously it's going to be very good in Nomagun with that resistance, and increasing the damage and healing by 11 and some more MP5. Speaking of those Void Pearls, do still take them. You can see I'm using here the, if you're a DPS mage, I would go for the increasing damage and healing done one. You could go for the healer one if you're a mage healer. However, because of the damage and healing and how mage healing works, I do think the invokers is still going to be a really good choice. Maybe be even better, I'm not sure. Again, I would have to sim. However, back to the other trinket that we didn't go through is the miniaturized Combustion Chamber. This is going to give some fire resistance and intellect, and it's going to randomly channel between 1 to 150 and 1 to 150 health into 1 to 150 mana every 1 second for 10 seconds. So what that actually means is you're going to channel between 1 to 150 health into 1 to 150 mana. So it's going to channel health into mana at a random sort of or randomized amount. And then it's also going to increase again damage and healing by 12. Keep that Invoker's Void Pearl, like I said from before. 4. And then, did I tell you what other ring to get for this? Yes, I did, didn't I? Yeah. If you do want another ring, by the way, the Lawkeeper's ring from Phase 1 is still really, really good as well. Not as good, but it is really, really good. And then you've got the Ragefire Wand. Again, if you are fire, you can get this. This is from Mage's Wand. I think, is that a Mage quest? And then if not, then there's the Meccano Strider Gear Shifter. This is a pretty general wand that most people are using. There's also the Necrotic one as well that you could get, but this one is really, really good. Doesn't have any other stats on, but it does increase damage and healing. That's pretty much it for mages. It's really quite simple for mages this phase. Not too exciting. Some of the other classes do have a bit more exciting stuff in my opinion, but let me know your comments down below. If you guys do need any help, by the way, in gearing a character, simming, logging, I've said the word simming quite a lot in this video. If you don't know what that is or you don't know how, need help with it, have any UI, add-on issues, class questions on retail, classic, season discovery, anything at all, join my Discord. We have people doing dungeons, leveling, raiding. We're all going to be there together on day 1 as well of Phase 2. And it's a really friendly community. There's over 2,000 of us now, and I will personally help you with anything that you are struggling with or do have any questions on. And if you want to go one step further, you can always join my Patreon or become a YouTube member. There are links down below to that, which gets you a ton of extra benefits, like importing my entire LVUI UI and all my keybinds, and I can actually help you one-on-one set up any add-ons, etc. that you need. So do let me know your thoughts on the new gear down below in the comments. As I said, please do subscribe and leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you in Phase 2 of Season of Discovery.